Richmond, Virginia, Kyle Larson can laugh, kind of, about the aftermath of finishing second to Kyle Busch last week at Bristol Motor Speedway. When Larson got to his motorhome, Larson's 3-year-old son, Owen, had a request for his daddy. "The last thing I wanted to hear but the first thing I heard when I walked in the bus was, 'Oh, did you get me some Skittles?'" Larson said Friday in reference to Busch's sponsor at Bristol. This Cup driver will have his hands full Saturday night at Richmond Raceway. But what about Friday during the Xfinity race? Well, that's another story. Clint Bowyer's win, Kyle Larson's trajectory, controlling pit guns and finding NASCAR's next star. Get Ricky Craven's take in this mailbag. "A trial is a risky strategy," said one law expert, who is one of several to weigh in on why Tony Stewart ended the proceedings of his wrongful death lawsuit. "I couldn't help but laugh at that. That wasn't what I wanted to hear, but it kind of lightened the mood. It helps to get over it a little bit." Larson is looking for his first win of 2018, so going to Richmond Raceway, where he won the last time he raced here, in September, should put him in a good mood. Or at least a better mood following the loss at Bristol. "I was mad," Larson said. "That's as close as I've come to winning a Cup race at Bristol. I want to win extremely bad at Bristol. That one stung probably more than any Cup win I can kind of think of at this point." Also, don't expect any drama between Larson and Ryan Newman. In the Bristol race, Larson and Newman had contact when Larson attempted to lap Newman. "The line that I run in turns 3 and 4 throughout a run is really fast, but I can get myself in trouble if people poke their nose in on me," Larson said about that Bristol move. "That's the second time I've gotten spun by running that line, so I think I just need to be a little more cautious. I don't think he did anything wrong there. You're trying to race for lead lap spots. So, I cut it a little too close, I think, and ran across his front end." Here's how the lineup breaks down for the Toyota Owners 400 on Saturday night at Richmond. 1. Martin Truex Jr., Furniture Row Racing number 78 Toyota. Richmond is one of those tracks where Truex can't seem to shake bad luck. He has just one top 5 finish in his past 19 Richmond starts. 2. Chase Elliott, Hendrick Motorsports No. 9 Chevrolet, with interim crew chief Kenny Francis. Elliott and the team show they can handle the adversity of not having suspended Alan Gustafson at the track. 3. Joey Logano, Team Penske No. 22 Ford. It has been a year since Logano won at Richmond, a win that still comes with a stain, as his car failed post-race tech and he missed the playoffs. 4. Denny Hamlin, Joe Gibbs Racing No. 11 Toyota. Hamlin has had a busy week with his foundation race at the track, Langley Speedway, where he won his first race 21 years ago. He has finished 6th or better in his past 5 Richmond starts. 5. Kyle Larson, Chip Ganassi Racing number 42 Chevrolet. Larson won at Richmond in September. Don't be surprised if he goes back-to-back. 6. Kurt Busch, Stewart-Haas Racing number 41 Ford. Busch has 2 career Cup wins at Richmond, with the last one coming 3 years ago. He has 4 consecutive top 10 finishes at Richmond. 7. Eric Jones, Joe Gibbs Racing number 20 Toyota. He started 10th and finished 6th at Richmond in September. There's no reason he shouldn't repeat with another top 10 finish. 8. Jamie McMurray, Chip Ganassi Racing No. 1 Chevrolet. McMurray, 22nd in the standings, needs to remain in the top 10 early in the race and rack up some regular season stage points. 9. William Byron, Hendrick Motorsports No. 24 Chevrolet. This was the first time he made the final qualifying round in the 3 short track races this year. 10. Kevin Harvick, Stewart-Haas Racing No. 4 Ford. The last time Harvick won at Richmond, Indiana, April 2013, he started 17th, so don't count him out. 11. Alex Bowman, Hendrick Motorsports number 88 Chevrolet. He's coming off his first career top 5 finish with his 5th place run at Bristol. His best finish at Richmond was in his first Cup race at the track in April 2014, when he finished 28th. 12. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Roush Fenway Racing number 17 Ford. His sponsors, who weren't even up for renewal this year, announced extensions through 2021 this week. 13. Ryan Blaney, Team Penske No. 12 Ford. He hasn't finished better than 18th at Richmond. Needless to say, with an average finish of 30.2, it's not his best track. 14. Ryan Newman, Richard Childress Racing No. 31 Chevrolet. He was 3rd at Richmond in September. If he's going to win this year, this might be one of his best chances. 15. David Reagan, Front Row Motorsports No. 38 Ford. Reagan has made 22 starts at Richmond and hasn't led a lap. If he stays in the top 15 all night, he probably won't care about whether he leads a lap or not. 16. Clint Bowyer, Stewart-Haas Racing number 14 Ford. It's one of his best tracks, but he hasn't finished in the top 10 at Richmond in his past 4 starts. 17. Jimmy Johnson, Hendrick Motorsports No. 48 Chevrolet. Johnson is starting from 17th to 20th in his third consecutive race at Richmond. 18. Darrell Wallace Jr., Richard Petty Motorsports No. 43 Chevrolet. He wasn't great at Richmond in an Xfinity car, so remaining in the top 20 could be considered a solid day. 19. Chris Buescher, JTG Daugherty Racing number 37 Chevrolet. He's hoping to turn his season around as he sits 25th in the standings after a short day at Bristol. 20. Paul Menard, Wood Brothers Racing No. 21 Ford. Menard has an average finish of 24.6 at Richmond. He is the happiest person in the garage that the fall Richmond race has moved into the playoffs, instead of determining who gets in. 21. Trevor Bayne, Roush Fenway Racing number 6 Ford. This is a track where Bayne needs to finish in the top 20. He has 3 top 20 finishes in his 6 career Cup starts at Richmond. 22. Daniel Hemrick, Richard Childress Racing number 8 Chevrolet. What is cooler, making your NASCAR Cup Series debut or making it with a number 8 on the side? 23. Austin Dillon, Richard Childress Racing No. 3 Chevrolet, has finished better than 20th in just one of his 8 career Cup starts at Richmond. 24. Michael McDowell, Front Row Motorsports No. 34 Ford. He has a 12th and 16th among his finishes in his past 3 Cup starts at Richmond. 25. Eric Almirola, Stewart-Haas Racing number 10 Ford. His 6th at Bristol was his best finish of the season and stopped a potential slide. 26. Daniel Suarez, Joe Gibbs Racing No. 19 Toyota. He was 7th in September, so he knows how to get to the front. 27. Matt DiBenedetto, Go FA's Racing number 32 Ford. He hasn't finished better than 28th in 6 career Richmond starts. 28. Brad Keselowski, Team Penske No. 2 Ford. Not a good starting position, but he has led more than 100 laps in 4 of the past 9 Richmond races. 29. Casey Kane, Levine Family Racing No. 95 Chevrolet. It was a disappointing qualifying spot for Kane at a place where he earned his first career Cup win in 2005. 30. Ross Chastain, Premium Motorsports number 15 Chevrolet. I saw him running to his car for qualifying after the Xfinity Series drivers meeting was held outside the track. 31. Ty Dillon, Germain Racing No. 13 Chevrolet. This team has to be wondering what it needs to do to have a good day. 32. Kyle Busch, Joe Gibbs Racing No. 18 Toyota. It's not a great starting spot, but he does have a little fresher tires. He has a streak of 6 top 3 finishes, the longest single-season streak of the playoff. Chase Era. 33. AJ Allmendinger, JTG Daugherty Racing No. 47 Chevrolet. It could be a long night for Allmendinger. 34. Gray Galding, BK Racing number 23 Toyota. Galding is one of 2 Virginia-born drivers in the field. Hamlin is the other. 35. Cole Witt, TriStar Motorsports No. 72 Chevrolet. This team leads the 5 in the owner's standings that are the most underfunded in the garage. 36. Landon Castle, Starcom Racing No. 00 Chevrolet. Joey Gase will drive for this team at Talladega. 37. Reed Sorensen, Premium Motorsports No. 55 Chevrolet. This team can't afford many more accidents like the one that ended its day at Bristol. 38. Harrison Rhodes, Rick Ware Racing No. 51 Chevrolet. Rhodes is making his 4th consecutive start for the team.